Hi again, it's TC here, and today we're going to make some gluten-free cupcakes, some sponge cupcakes. You can make them, if you want to make a large cake, the mixture we're going to make, you just split it into two 7-inch cake tins and bake it in the oven, and it'll give you a nice cake. But today we're going to make some cupcakes. So, first thing you're going to need, this one's unsalted butter, but I don't think it really makes that much difference, unless you're sensitive and can taste the salt very well. You want 6 ounces of salt. You're going to need 6 ounces of butter, 6 ounces of gluten-free flour. You can use ordinary flour if you're not affected by the gluten, and 6 ounces of caster sugar, and 3 eggs. But yesterday I made some meringues, so today we can use 1 egg and 3 or 4 of the egg yolks that we've got in the fridge. Okay, just going to turn the oven on to 180. If you've got a fan oven, I'd make it 190 if you haven't got a fan oven, but make it 180 if you've got the fan. So, first thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to use an old cake tin, cupcakes, make some great cupcakes. They do tend to stick because it's not a non-stick one. So what I'm going to do, I found the bottom of this mug, which is pretty much the same size as the bottom of those, so I'm going to cut out 12 bases just to put in the bottom of the cupcake tin, stop it sticking, and that noise you just heard is the cat scratching to go out, even though they've got cat flap. Okay, I'm now just going to mark out 12 circles, roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect, not being marked on the presentation. Yeah, just roughly cutting out the bottom. If you want to spend time doing it, like it to be perfect, that's fine, but you just need to cut them out roughly. Just need 12 of these. It does take a little time, but it stops it sticking, and then we can carry on. Okay, so I've got 6 ounces of softened butter in the bowl here. I'm just going to take a little bit and wipe around each of the segments for the cakes, so in the cake tin. So don't want it sticking. You can use oil if you don't want to use butter, but it's not in there long enough and it's not at high enough temperature to burn for the few minutes it's in there to cook. Okay, so that's all of it just moved around to stop it sticking. Just wash my hands. So what I'm going to do now is put all the little rounds that I've just cut out in the bottom, just smooth them around so that when you put the mixture in, they're not going to stick to the bottom. Okay, so there they are, all stuck in the bottom, smoothed down, ready for the mixture to go on the top. Okay, so what I've got here, 6 ounces of butter. To that I'm going to add 6 ounces of sugar. Now I know a lot of people at that point would cream the butter and sugar together the way they used to do it years ago. My mother always used to do it that way. I've done it both ways and I've never found any difference in the results. So what I'm going to do is just put everything in at the moment. So that's the butter, 6 ounces of butter, 6 ounces of sugar. I'm just going to put in 6 ounces of self-raising flour. What you can do also is use 3 ounces of self-raising flour and 3 ounces of ground almonds if you want the almondy taste. It just gives it exactly the same sort of rise. They're a bit moister than using just all flour, but I haven't got any at the moment, so I got told off today to put that on there. Okay, so into that goes 3 eggs. 1. And the egg yolks from yesterday, so I'm just going to put a couple of those in as well. There. Still got some to make some more. Okay, so in here we've got 6 ounces of butter, unsalted butter, 6 ounces of caster sugar, 6 ounces of self-raising flour, 3 eggs, and I'm going to put into that a couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract, just to give it a nice vanilla-y taste. If you don't like vanilla, you can make coffee ones. Just put a teaspoon of coffee into a cup, a little splash of boiling water, stir it around and put that in as well. Okay, so I've got 6 ounces of unsalted butter, 6 ounces of caster sugar, 6 ounces of gluten-free self-raising flour and 3 eggs, 6663. And because it's gluten-free flour, the self-raising flour tends to be very dry if you just use that mixture. If you use an ordinary flour, it's not as bad. So what I'm going to do is just put a splash of almond breeze in there, just to you can use milk if you're not allergic to milk, but we don't have milk in the house, so just put in anything just to thin it down, loosen it up a bit. Just going to mix it around now, get it going, start to mix it in. If you turn this on straight away, you get a cloud of flour come up, so we'll start to mix it in now. Whisk is on its way up. Okay, so there's the mixture ready to be put in to the individual cake pan. Okay, so just going to put a spoonful of mixture into each one and then put a little bit more in as is needed. Okay, there's the mixtures all put in. I've been doing it very quickly, but you want to take a bit more care in that, but that won't hurt because that'll all grow up into there when they go in the oven. Okay, there they are. They're just out of the oven. They've had 15 minutes on 180 degrees centigrade, and now they're looking quite good actually. I think I'm very pleased with those. Well, here they are. They're just fresh out of the oven. They had 15 minutes at 180 degrees C. Cooked them in the centre of the oven, so it's not too cold, not too hot, otherwise they may start to brown a little bit too much. But no, they're excellent. I've just cut this one in half, and very nice sponge texture on there. And just going to try one. Oh, superb. Have great fun making your own gluten-free sponges. Thank you very much for watching.